So you started your guitar journey and you're starting to hear the term music theory very often. You're wondering, is it for you? Should you learn it? Well, I'm a beginner who's been playing for about 5 or 6 months now, and I took about 3 weeks or so of a break from learning new things in the guitar to kind of focus on music theory. And here are the 3 things that I learned that I think I really recommend for people to learn. It's the note circle, guitar tabs, and chord box diagrams. Those are the 3 main things that I recommend. There's more to music theory, of course. You could spend months and months just learning music theory, but I recommend a balance. You take a little bit from it and keep learning guitar. Keep it fun. That's what's the most important. For the note circle in particular, I'll touch on that very quickly. So I'll put up a diagram now on the video, and you can see what it looks like. Now, it's a good thing to remind you now that I am also a beginner. I'm not a guitar teacher, so what I'm doing is I'm recommending what's helped me and what I think other beginners should do, so you don't waste your time. So there's some other things I did that maybe I don't recommend, so I'd rather focus on the things I think that helped me directly. Let's say you're a couple months behind me. Well, this is definitely worth your time. So the first one is the note circle. You got A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. So like I said, I'm not going to teach you what everything means, but it's worth you learning this and memorizing this because it allows you to know what the name of every single note on the fretboard. So somebody will say, hey, play G sharp, and you're going to know where the G sharps are. You're going to know where to play that. You're going to know the names of everything. This will tell you what the open strings are. So there's 6 strings. The thickest one is a 6th string. The thinnest one is a 1st string. Is a 1st string rather. And you learn, E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie, A, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. So you learn the names of the open chords, open strings rather. And then you know where the octaves are. So when you see the note circle, the reason why it's a circle is that when you get to the 12th note, it starts all over again, and that creates an octave. So now you could kind of be like, all right, the top one is an E, like I said. So it's E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and you keep going all the way down, and you know the name of every single note on the fretboard, right? And you'll notice here, especially with the 2 dots, that this is always where the letter lines up. So if this is E, this is also E. It's an octave up, 12 strings in, 10, 12 frets in, an octave up. Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. So that's very valuable for you to learn. You learn what sharps and flats are. That's what you see on the diagram. You see the hashtag that is the sharp, and the little thing looks like a small B is the flat. You learn what those are. Very valuable for you to learn as well. So that's why I recommend the note circle for all of those reasons. If you move on now to the guitar tabs, I'll put up a picture as well. This is very valuable for you to learn if you want to learn new songs. So if you're at a place right now where you're like, okay, I want to stop learning for like a month, learning from lessons rather, I just want to learn some songs. Well, you're going to need to learn how to read guitar tabs to learn these new songs. So you see this diagram here. The T is the highest string, the B is the bottom string, or the thickest string, the bass. And you learn where the notes are, where you play. I'm not going to describe what this diagram is. That's for your guitar teacher to teach you, but I recommend you learn the guitar tabs so you have the capability to learn new songs. Lastly, you got the chord box diagram. I'll put an image of that there as well. And why this is valuable is because when you're learning new songs, not from tabs, but rather just chords, it will show you how to play the chords, right? So the image I have right here is a C chord, and you'll see, the X at the top means that you don't play the string. The black line that goes across is the nut, which is the top of the fretboard here of the neck, and then you got the 1, 2, 3, which is recommended fingers, 1, 2, and 3. So you mute this one with the 3rd finger. Again, I'm not an instructor. You can learn that yourself. And then you got the open chords. That's what the O means there, the open strings rather. And you play the C chord. So It's a very basic rundown of how the chord boxes work, and they're valuable because when you learn certain songs and say, hey, there's 5 chords in this song, it will show you how to read the chord box and you'll be able to figure it out. It will show you how to play that song on the chord box and you'll be able to figure it out based on looking on these. So note circle, guitar tabs, chord box diagrams. You need to learn those 3 things. They'll be very beneficial. So when it comes to the question, would I recommend music theory for the beginner? Obviously, I've already said that yes, I do. However, there is some caveats here. So if you want to play with other people, then you definitely should learn, because they might say, especially if they're better than you, they might say, hey, play a G here, play an E flat here, play a A sharp here, and you have to know what that means, so to kind of play along with them. So that's very valuable. If you want to learn to play songs ASAP, like I said before, if you want to stop learning for a bit and just learn songs on your own for a bit, then you want to know how to read the guitar tabs. So music theory is important for that, so that you can start learning new songs with the tabs. Same with the chord boxes too. Where I think you could skip it is if you just want to, you learn the open chords and the basic chords rather, and you just want to play, campfire songs, karaoke songs, play at the barbecue. You just want to sit right there in that pocket, which is totally fine. Absolutely no judging. If you want to just sit right there, you don't need to bother with the music theory. If that's where you want to be, if that's how you want to play, then do that for sure. For me, I personally don't go and try out of my way to learn songs. I don't play with others either. So I kind of fall in that category where I don't really need to learn it, but I'm happy I did anyways, because my goal is to get better than I was yesterday. So this stuff that you learn, the 3 different diagrams I showed you, it helps you get better and understand as you keep learning on your guitar journey. So that is what I recommend for music theory. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be making some more videos in the coming weeks, maybe once or twice a week, and I hope you stay tuned for that. So keep playing guitar. It's a great hobby.